Friday under lights at the MCG, Sydney against North Melbourne. The Swans, having won 5 out of their last 6 games, are making a late charge towards the finals, reminiscent of last year. In the same period, the young North side have had a draw and 5 losses and have slipped out of the finals race. But North.
Michael Martin is taking this free kick from deep in that back pocket. There's the high flyer, a very promising player, this young guy on half-back flank. This is Bryce to Jimmy Cracker. Further afield it comes. Hand pass out wide. Kicking it down towards the forward line is Brett Allison, a beautiful pass. There's Jimmy Cracker, the short one. Further afield, he's found Mark Asiri. Off he goes. He kicks long. It's a long raking kick. It's through. First goal of the game to North Melbourne. First score on the board, a goal. There's Jimmy Cracker. He's a danger player. Centre of the ground. A quick hand pass comes out to Murphy. That was from Potter, a long kick. Coleman. Yes! Good strong mark. Martin slipped over his opponent, and Glenn Coleman is marked 25 metres out, almost directly in front.
Yes, good strong mark to Coleman. Got the front position, and of course with Martin slipping over, it was very easy for him to take that chest mark.
Glenn Coleman, an excellent game in the last match. Up at the Sydney Cricket Ground from directly in front. Oh, stuttering sort of a run up. He kicks, and he's gone.
Well, his hit out of the middle was nearly worth a kick, but his kick, in fact, is a lot better than the hit out. Inside centre, half forward. Thumped away out of defence. Running onto it is Potter. Gets himself free, then gets caught. Paddled away, goes to Phil Cracker. He cuts his way through a couple of them, putting it wide. Thumped up the ground. Mossop, good gather by the big fellow. On to Larkin. North Melbourne started pretty well here. In he goes to German, back to Larkin, but he missed him with the hand pass. Larkin puts it wide. Chance here for Allison. And Allison has kicked the goal. Well there, otherwise Jimmy Cracker had an open run. Comes to Carroll, met by Fairley. Spills away to German. German's still in there. Oh, back to Willis. Tumbles the ball up towards half forward. Tui's there on the forward line. And going straight through is McCarthy. Whips away the hand pass to Phil Cracker. Beautiful pass. Sensational football by North Melbourne, and the mark to Clarkson right in front.
Yes, it was great play there by North Melbourne. The big player Willis made a little bit of a mistake, I felt, by bringing the ball into the centre of the field a little bit too soon. And there's a little bit of trouble for North Melbourne because Phil Cracker is down.
The kick for goal by Clarkson is true, and North have 3 goals on the board in the first 6 minutes.
Yes, and he doesn't look too good, Drew.
Well, what a shame, because he delivered the ball absolutely magnificently to Alistair Clarkson. And I followed the pass because it was so good to watch. I don't know whether he's hit after he got rid of the kick.
Yes, I did the same as you. I was watching the flight of the ball, but it may be holding that right shoulder as he...
And you don't often see either Phil or Jim stay down for too long. They normally bounce up like a rubber ball.
No, this looks fairly serious. He must be fairly badly hurt. Oh, it may be the knee even.
Yes.
Oh, yes, I think it is.
Dennis Carroll diving across to try and smother the kick, and the stretch is out for Phil Cracker. Well, that's shocking news for Phil and North Melbourne. Goes 60 metres to half forward, but dropping back in defence is interstate player Smith.
Very reliable player, Ross Smith. Of course, his brother also played for North Melbourne and the Brisbane Bears, Peter Smith. It's on centre wing. Oh, this is played at the moment at a ferocious pace. That was Potter. Oh, that's too high on Mitchell. The advantage paid. Back it comes. This is Carroll hooking it back to half forward. And the mark has been taken there by Michael Byrne, who's had a good burst in the last couple of weeks. He's about 55 metres out from goal. A long drop punt. It's a good-looking kick. It's marked. Right on the line by Glenn Coleman. He's marked. Well, that's an interesting one. I'm sure he'll run out to the right here and try. What a great camera shot. He runs out, hooks, and goals. Murphy to Bolton. And David Bolton, oh, a precise pass that was. Bad hand pass from Potter, but eventually Carroll's good enough to grab it and bring it towards half forward. Byrne fisted away from him. Jimmy Cracker. Caught. Loses it. Umpire says play on. Still on that centre wing area. Jimmy Cracker in after it again. To Larkin. And the advantage is played as Ross Smith brings it right down towards Fairley. Fairley over the back. Ah, Ramiro rode that beautifully. Jose Ramiro, a beautiful pass. He was looking for a series, and the little fella's got it. He's 30 metres out for goal. He's hooked it back. And I think he's goal. He has. 85 metres out. He loves kicking on the left foot. That's a good-looking kick. Coleman at the back. Yes. And he's a bit too good at the moment for Martin. And in good marking form, Glenn Coleman tonight from right in front. He kicks high and straight. Third goal to Glenn Coleman. And so they'd want to leave him there. A wobbly old kick will be a mark, was it? No, no mark to Swass. Play on, said the umpire. As coming down the centre of the ground is Murphy's caught. Could have been holding the ball. Larkin loses it. Steve Wright. Oh, this has been played at a ferocious pace. Allison to German. German to Longmire. Couldn't get there. Now he's got it. Quick hand pass. Finds Clarkson. An open goal. He brings it back. Oh, what a goal. Yes.
Greg Williams is in the centre square, being picked up by Buckley. Healy is down in the forward pocket, so maybe he's not 100% fit with that groin. Advantage free play to the Swans. It comes out to Toohey. A long kick on the run. A chance. A great goal.
Five goals straight north. 4-2 the Swans. Perfect conditions. MCG in magnificent condition tonight. The ball bouncing beautifully. Here they come again, the Swans. Michael Byrne. David Murphy. Long and high. It's another one to the Swans. Great play. And 46 seconds to go in this first quarter.
What a quarter it's been. McCarthy bumped off it beautifully by Potter. Feigns the hand pass. Eventually gets it to Mitchell. Puts the kick up wide. Beautiful play. Stevie Wright on the run. Great goal.
And very experienced Carter playing on a youngster and a promising youngster in John Longmire at full forward. Look at the kick by Rod Carter too, almost to the centre of the ground. Over the back is Murphy. Quickly gets in a hand pass, but grabbed by Swass. Swass, a quick kick, finds Cracker. Jimmy Cracker at half forward. A clever little kick to Allison. Allison sprints into the open goal. Oh, don't tell me he's missed it. No, he's got it. Playing alongside Rod Carter for many years. Punched away by Willis. Siri. Swans, there's a loose ball. Mitchell's had a very good night. Willis is unloaded by Larkin. Gee, is he going in hard, Larkin? It's still going on. Here's Higgins. To Wright. Steve Wright into an open goal. He's goal.
It hasn't been great pressure football from both sides.
It's in front of the goal for the Swans. Here's a chance as Larkin kicks it away. Now it's Ackley. Now it's Healy. Smothered off his boot. Bolton. Oh, copped it high. Free kick to Bolton. 45 metres out from goal.
Yeah, crude tackle there, Peter. Has to be paid the front.
Looks as though Matthew Larkin almost has scored a set with David Bolton.
Oh, he copped it from double barrel one there. David Bolton loves to kick on the left. He's going to kick on the left foot, and he's a natural right footer. There's Bolton, and I think he's put it through. He has.
Straight up the centre of the ground. Mossop easily. Well, should have been easily. And then the umpire paid it. Well, you wouldn't walk in cricket. A bloke took a catch like that. Mossop up towards full forward. Oh, roving Jim Cracker. What a goal! A sensational goal by Jim Cracker.
Oh, it's punched to the ground. Grabbed by Potter. Here's a goal coming up, I think, to Coleman. Coleman straightens. He's put it through, I think. Yes.
Henwood lost sight of it and was surprised to get the ball. High to half forward. Williams in front, as always. Goes to Higgins. Puts it out in front. Toohey running onto it. Can he keep it in? He centres. Beautiful kick. Oh, Coleman's going to have 5 before half-time.
Sydney Swans player down.
Barry Mitchell down with a hurt shoulder. Here's Glenn Coleman. Had 7 kicks already. 8 kicks, 5 goals now.
It's a vicious fight on behind the play. Were there some punches thrown in that one? That was really on. And they're still going.
To Clarkson on the boundary line, 65 metres out. A centering kick to Mossop. Well, fancy unmarked inside 50 and just about right in front of goal. Tom Hafey, Ron Thomas and Kelvin Templeton on the Swans bench. In North Melbourne, they were involved in a most publicised game in London last October.
Oh. Oh. Carter and Longmire having a bit of a dust-up then too.
Mossop from 50. Pretty close. That's a beautiful kick.
Well, he ran straight at Tui before, but I don't know whether it was a free kick. There is Healy. Of course, the umpire paid it. Healy, fairly, I should say, towards centre wing. There's a nice mark. They could do with a couple of quick goals. That was Buckley and a 50-metre penalty. Wow, this will take him right down inside the 50-metre line. Well, the umpires, they've got a tough job tonight. The way the feeling is between these players. This is Ben Buckley who's got the job on Greg Williams. Only 15 VFL games. They're starting to play the young players, North Melbourne. Buckley, the drop punt, a beautiful kick, goal. Bounce of the ball to start the third quarter. I wonder if this will be as hectic as it was the first half. And straight away, it's a free kick again to Willis at the centre bounce. That's about the 50s had from the centre against Mossop. Not good play by Mossop. There's Martin. Crashed into Jimmy Cracker. It's a loose ball. The man there for North Melbourne kicking away, Longmire. He must have been moved from full forward. Probably playing now on the back line. The quick kick from Ramiro out wide and in fact bounced before the line.
Yes, Darren Harris is now playing full forward. Longmire on the back line.
Well, they had to do something because he was well beaten down there by Carter. Longmire. There's Mossop. Williams, so he's being hotly pressed. Willis gets in a quick hand pass, but the umpire said far too long. There'll be a free kick going North Melbourne's way, and that is to John Mossop.
From just behind the wing up towards half forward. Punch away by Carroll, goes to Willis. And now Eustace to Kellett. Longer centre half forward, they stream down the ground. Full back in front. That was like a leading full forward for Mark McRae. They really dealt pretty severely there with Healy at ground level. But Healy gives away the 50-metre penalty.
It could have been 50 earlier, actually, Bernie.
Yeah, I think a player is entitled to try to hold up the opposition and not let him run on, but it's up to the individual umpire's interpretation.
Harris led under the ball. It goes to the goal square. Pinched by McCarthy. No mark. Still a chance for North. McCarthy another chance. Went without it. Goes the paddle. Arsiri roving. Near the boundary line. Buried in the tackle. Carried forward. Free kick for in the back.
Played well, Arsiri, Bernie.
He's been a good player all night, Mark Arsiri. One of the smallest players on the ground. And I'd say one of the gutsiest. He's on a very tight angle. A tough shot at goal, this one, for Mark Arsiri.
What a great camera shot of that one, Drew.
Move there especially for this kick. Well, he could nearly jam this between the goalposts, couldn't he? Well, he goes for the pass instead. Now it's up for grabs. Oh, beautiful pickup by Potter. Was it a pass or a kick for goal?
That was
an
attempted banana kick.
Smith to Larkin. No distance, and he's missed it by 30 metres. A shocker by Matthew Larkin.
Well, you're the kindest man I've ever met in my life to say that was meant to be a pass.
Well, you're both full forwards. I thought you'd back me up.
Well, there's Potter bringing it towards the half-back line. Dennis Carroll doing the roving. Hooks it back towards centre wing. This is Michael Martin. He's caught. Well tackled by Tui. Longmire gets it to Smith. A quick kick. Cracker. Oh, smothered that magnificently, Cracker. Mitchell is there. Goes to ground. He was held by Cracker. Jose Ramiro held to him. And I think that was a right decision.
Well, it was the same as that decision earlier when the umpire played the free kick.
Yes.
When we went crook.
When we went crook, you've got to have some chance to get rid of it. A big job for Shane Harris and Peter Carey. There's Graham Cordy, very jovial on the bench. He must be pretty confident of winning this game. Mitchell, in the back. Potter's been a terrific player for the Swans tonight, and he gets a free kick on centre wing.
There's top performance by Craig Potter. 19 possessions up to half forward. Tui didn't get first touch, and then caught in a good tackle. Allison slips the ball away to Smith. Sweeps the hand pass over the top to Romero. Mossop gets to the front. Spoiled by Willis. Here comes Carroll. Helped out by Murphy. Oh, he runs into a brick wall, but he dodges round the brick wall. Top play, David Murphy. Puts it wide. Higgins. Smith goes to spoil and puts it out deliberately and gives away a free kick.
Well, the umpire right on the scene there as Drew Morford called it. This is Henwood. 60 metres out from goal. He's good kick too. He centred the ball. Coleman in front. Gets whipped out of the way. Knocked down to the ground. Jimmy Cracker is there. Good play by Ackley. And was that on the full? Let's look at the boundary umpire. No, it wasn't.
Bryce now playing fullback also on Glenn Coleman.
Good thinking by John Kennedy. They had to do something about fullback. Coleman's had an excellent night. There he is, tapping it over the back to Mitchell. He's caught. Well done by Ackley. There's Bryce. Further afield it comes. Ross Smith. A quick kick out of defence, close to the boundary line. Just bounced before the line on the half-back line for North Melbourne. Half forward for the Swans. And there's David Murphy playing another fine game. 11-8 plays 9-3. The Swans in front.
Well, a lot of positional changes by John Kennedy at North Melbourne. Tom Hafey's always, during his career, been a little bit more reluctant to make changes. And here's a ruck infringement. Free kick to Mossop up towards the centre of the ground. Fairley and Carroll. Punch away by Bays, goes to Williams. Oh, look at the way he stood his ground. They just went past him.
Bad hand pass out that one, Drew.
Yes, Mitchell lost it to Martin. Martin high, McCarthy down there, number 41. Gets rid of Cordy. Clarkson. Hand pass back to Arsiri. 30 metres out. Larkin is 40 out. Left foot snap. Harris is there, clears them, and goes through for a behind. North had many chances then.
Well, Larkin, they really did have a chance there. Larkin, terrific skills. I've never seen him go in so hard as he has tonight. It was not a criticism of Larkin. He's a fantastic player, but he's really been fired up. There's another man who's fired up. Clarkson. Kellett loses it to Jimmy Cracker. Was dragged down from behind. Play on now. As Neil Cordy, a quick kick out of defence. Oh, the bounce favoured Higgins, but he's caught. That's holding the ball. Play on now again, said the umpire. Michael Martin ran a mile. Oh, did he go too far? The short one. Jimmy Cracker straightens up. And I think he has put it through.
Now, trailing by 10 points. They have the only 2 scores of this quarter. 1 goal, 1. Crunch, down they go. Mitchell. Here's Tui. He knows how to dish it out, but this time he cops it and will get the free kick for pushing the back. Well, there are 40 guys out there tonight who'll know they played a game of football. To centre half forward. Schwass roves the pack. Clever kick round the corner to Smith at half-back flank. Up to Mossop at centre wing. Outnumbered 2-1. It comes to the back. Graham Cordy, first back there.
Free kick against Clarkson.
Yep, no need for it. No, just spoken to, Pete.
Oh, I thought he was going to pay it. A bit of a warning. Well, he even gave him one over the line. There's Mossop being held. You can see that. That's a definite free kick to Mossop. And that was the camera picked that up beautifully there up close. Mossop being held by Willis. The kick to Harris, punched away by Carter. Geez, a reliable player. Just always there, not flamboyant, but just does his job every week. Rod Carter, there he is. And they tell me he'll saddle up again next year. There's Michael Byrne on the bench. Here come North again. A quick kick was marked down there by Dennis Carroll. That kick was by Buckley. And Dennis Carroll is at half-back. He transfers play across to Eustace, and off he goes.
Out to Graham Cordy with Smith. Cordy goes the punch from behind, sets Smith up. Don't know about that, Cordy. And Smith is centering past a cracker. Spoiled by Potter. Oh, well played by Craig Potter, starring for the Swans. Long kick, Ackley drops the mark. Look at Tui going in.
Oh, I haven't seen sides go in this hard for a long, long time.
It's been a good contest. Tui playing on Martin, both ferocious type of players.
Well, North Melbourne are looking quite dangerous at the moment. The Swans can't break away from them. They're only 10 points in front. There's Buckley. Out of the centre, it'll favour North again. Oh, gee, Larkin was nearly run through by Graham Cordy, but look at the way North are going in. Asiri receives from Ellison towards half forward. Who will get the loose ball? Oh, McCarthy popped it high. Play on again, said the umpires. Coming away with it is Mark Eustace. Centre of the ground, but it's Ross Smith. They're looking good, North. Over the back is Cracker. Larkin is there also. Murphy gets it to Callett. Callett a quick kick. Greg Williams leads out in front. Let's see the handball skills. Oh, beautifully done against Buckley. Greg Williams onto the left foot, sets it up for Coleman. He's in the perfect position. Can't take the mark. Desperate play by North Melbourne defence as they bring it out again. Quick kick comes down towards Clarkson. Now it's Asiri wide. Let's have a look at Matthew Larkin. Let's have a look at the skills. As he dodges round, hooks it back towards half forward. And North Melbourne have taken the mark down there, and this is McCarthy.
And this former Tasmanian looks pretty good. Represented Tasmania in the State of Origin Carnival in Adelaide in March. Broke his jaw. Well, those are blue on in the goal square. Players with their eyes off the ball. But here's a shot for goal. Couldn't pull it back far enough, Alistair Clarkson, for a behind. But North doing all the scoring in this third quarter. They've kicked 1 goal, 2. We've been playing nearly 11 minutes, and the margin's back to 8 points.
Well, in fact, North are looking very, very dangerous, and it's been for 3 or 4 years now. North Melbourne have got a pretty good record against the Swans. There's Carter.
Whoa! Oh, some big punches thrown.
We reckon that a bit of fire might have got out of the game. No way. As you see Asiri, oh, he's charged in. McCarthy, he's collared. Look at this. It's grabbed now by Schwass. 45 metres out. A quick kick. Carter ducks back. Now, was that out in the full? It wasn't. And it'll be a throw-in next to the behind post. But Bernie, North seem to have the momentum.
They've played well this quarter, Pete. I think Sydney Swans have got a few players very sore after that half-time interval.
Boundary throw in, another chance for North. Larkin's kick is smothered. It bounces back here. Romero hooks the goal, but nobody home. Dennis Carroll on his own in the goal square. Wide for Murphy. Schwass doing the spoiling. It's been good to watch Murphy and Schwass that contest all night.
Yeah, and I'd like to see a good full forward, a really top-class full forward playing the North Melbourne side.
Well, their forward line's been pretty poor so far tonight. Their key forwards haven't kicked a goal.
Oh, Potter does the ruck work. Knocks it straight to Larkin, who has time to roll a cigarette and have a cut lunch. Into Asiri, and he has kicked it. Oh, just offline. That would have made it interesting.
Well, again there, Bernie, Larkin, he was pleading for someone to lead, no one to kick it to.
Yeah, not enough movement, is there, on the forward line?
Well, they really have to find a really good forward. Maybe young Longmire eventually will make a top forward. There's Neil Cordy to Carroll. They're under pressure, the Swans. Graham Cordy. Oh, Ross Smith's done some brilliant things in this quarter. He's beaten Graham Cordy again. The quick kick comes towards half forward. Allison couldn't trap it. David Bolton. He's caught. Gets in the hand pass. Steve Wright. Callett. Half forward. Henwood from behind taps it down. The thinking was good. But this is Martin having a very good quarter. A hurry kick out of defence allows Bays, or he couldn't trap it. He's tapped it on, the good play by Allison. Now it's Bays again, and Mark Bays nearly caught, but gets in the kick. A long raking kick, but it's a free kick too far, he ran, said the field umpire. So back to the centre, and it's Matthew Larkin.
Well, Larkin a bit lucky there because he put on a tackle that Bays brushed aside pretty easily.
And he just held on to it a little bit too long, didn't he, Mark Bays? He did the the good work and just spoiled it by hanging onto the ball a little bit too long.
Actually, Larkin is not to take the kick. It's to go to Ackley, just as well because Larkin's kick wasn't too good. Ackley to half forward. Carroll spoiling fairly. And we'll have a throw in at half forward for North, who trail by just 8 points.
An important game, Drew, for the Swans.
Well, a most important game, because at the moment, they're 7th on the ladder, out of the 5 on percentage.
Well, it's 8 points the difference. It's at half forward still for North Melbourne. Mitchell to Bolton. Back to Mitchell. What brilliant play that was by Mitchell to go and receive again. He brings it to half forward. Steve Wright. He's got it. And the little rover sprints in. Gerard Healy ducks back and marks. 15 metres out directly in front. Great play, Stephen Wright.
There's plenty of room on the Sydney Swans forward line. The ball's been down in North Melbourne's forward line for a long time. And as quite often does happen, you get the ball down there quickly and there's plenty of space to move in.
Here's the kick. Gerard Healy has goal.
Well, there might have been some facial injuries at half-time. Might have been a few players being stitched up. But Graham Cordy's been stitched up by Smith in this quarter and has gone to the bench. Free kick to Larkin in the back against Potter.
What a great player he is.
Puts it wide, don't like North chances here. Thumped down by Tui. Ramiro, oh, went the wrong way and met Willis. Here's the long and the short of it to Mitchell. Murphy always likes to move infield. Oh, he's decked after he got rid of it. A relayed free against Swass.
That's bad play.
Yeah, good decision by the umpire on that occasion. So there's been a few light tackles from North Melbourne.
Glenn Coleman from 55 metres. Kicked it a long way, but offline. And he's kicked 5 goals, 5-2 and 2 out of bounds.
Just seemed to kick that yellow ball a lot further than the normal one. They tell me it's the same letter. Jim Cracker, his brother, carried off with a serious knee injury in the first couple of minutes of the game. They really missed him. Bryce back to Jim Cracker. Oh, right across the head. Courageous. Now, is that Ross Smith? Let's see a close-up. Yes, now, well, he's got plenty of heart.
And he's
Swass. He's tough as nails. Oh, dangerous hand pass. That's poor play by Wayne Swass. Very poor play. David Murphy. Bryce over the back. The big fist away.
Free to Coleman.
It's a free kick to Coleman for in the back. And the North player is down. Ross Smith, we said he's tough. Well, if he stays down, he is hurt.
And Higgins is hurt also, so there's that many players hurt here tonight. There'll be some very sore and sorry boys tomorrow morning.
Well, Coleman has kicked 5. He received that free kick. He was in front.
I think he was dragged off it there, Pete, when he went for that mark.
Right, and Ross Smith is still down. Leon Higgins is hobbling off the ground. Graham Cordy will come back on.
And what a pity for Higgins. What a sensational bit of play to charge at 2 players, get the ball and quickly get it out to Murphy.
And he's hurt that left ankle, Leon Higgins.
And Ross Smith is up. There's Leon Higgins. Smith is a very tough cookie. And he's up and he'll get on with the game. Glenn Coleman. He's kicked pretty well tonight. He's kicked 5. He runs out to the right. Oh, he's hooked that one badly. Unlucky to get it behind. In fact, he's put it through for a point. He's back to his old kicking style there, Bernie.
Yeah, maybe a little bit far out for Glenn, kicking from 40, 45 metres.
And the Swans just with another bit of a break now. 16 points. The margin had been 17 at half-time. So for all North's efforts, they haven't really narrowed the gap by a lot. Buckley gets the hand pass away. It finishes up here with Jim Cracker. He's kicked a half forward fairly. This will need courage, and he does show courage. Harris is at full forward. Fairley goes in that direction. Harris with Carter. Comes to the back. Thumped up the ground. Arsiri in the back, or he tunnels it out. Intercepted by Potter. Short pass to Mitchell. And the Swans breaking. This is when they can cut you to pieces. Mitchell's kick a bit astray. Oh, well played there by Bryce in front of Coleman. Well, he hasn't given Coleman a goal. Who had 5 to half-time. Kellett drops a mark. Mitchell paddles out. German back to his mate Smith, who's recovered.
Smith a high one towards the half-forward line. Oh, good play by Fairley. Fantastic play by Fairley. He deserved to get that. He put himself into the pack. Beautiful pass by Asiri. He's found German. The short one is on. Oh, boy, another North player down.
Oh, they clashed
he cocked
heads.
it from Bolton. It could have been a head clash. We might see it again shortly. Eustace, a quick hand pass. Larkin, Jimmy Cracker. Oh, ferocious again as they dive in on top of it, but he's up. Was that Jose Ramiro, I think it was?
Oh, this is a tough game, isn't it?
Ramiro and Bolton.
Some of those clashes. Here we go, Ramiro and Bolton.
He had to wait.
Oh, I think it was their heads clashing.
Well, centre of the ground, Mossop. North need a couple of quick goals. Again, they charge in after it. Ben Buckley, Ramiro dives in again. And he was caught too high, said the umpire at the 50-metre line. Oh, Bolton got shoved down for his trouble too, Drew. Not bad for a youngster.
He gives plenty, doesn't he?
He's got into the swing of it.
Bit of Chilean blood in him, I think there might be. Well, he's found out that the heat of league football is white hot.
He's only 17 years of age, this kid.
Yeah, he's got plenty of go in him.
He's kicking from about 55 metres. Oh, he's about 25 short. The dive by Potter, but no mark. McCarthy after him. Out to Mitchell. Or two, he loses it. Beautiful play as it comes here to Allison.
In the back.
No doubt.
Back to Tui, the half-back flank.
And what North Melbourne could do for a forward, they have peppered the goals and they just haven't got anyone capable up there of kicking them at the moment. There's the kick. Mossop thumps it away and eventually the ball is forced over the line. 7 minutes and 10 seconds of play left in this quarter, and still the Swans, they haven't really shaken North Melbourne off as yet.
Big leap over the back by Graham Cordy. Comes back just as quickly. Siri jumps in the air. Oh, beautiful. Ramiro gets it out towards Allison. But from the goal square, it's Neil Cordy. Chance for Fairley. Good mark. Plays on quickly to Jim Cracker. Another clash coming up. Down goes Cracker. Crash. In goes Murphy. Oh.
Well, that was bad play by Fairley. He kicked straight across from the 50-metre line and would have given Jimmy Cracker a shot from about the same distance.
Well, they just haven't got those good forwards, and it makes them do those short passes to try and break it up. Willis, Jimmy Cracker's there again. There's Fairley, has been very impressive. A quick kick. That was by Buckley down towards half-forward. Here's a chance for North Melbourne. Matthew Larkin. Yes!
And the sign in the crowd told us, happy birthday, Matthew Larkin. 24 today. Siri kicks smothered. Fairley's hand pass. Well, Bolton ran straight past it. Here's Larkin again. Trouble for Siri, taken away by Bolton. Finds support with Tui. Comes in and tries to centre. Oh, Coleman almost. It goes to Williams. Lightning hand pass. Henwood. Bash. And Healy can't quite reach it and through for a behind.
Bad mistake up there by Larkin.
Now, Dixie Marshall on the boundary line. What about Higgins, Dixie?
Drew, he's just had a slight twist to his ankle. It's just been restrapped and he should be okay to get back on even this quarter.
Mossop receives. Schwass. Oh, it's a free kick down the field.
No, it's not. It's against Schwass. He gave Murphy a little bit.
No, it's down the field. It's gone to Fairley. Fairley a high one. Will comment on. Oh, it's a mark to Harris. North Melbourne are not out of this. They're really hanging in there and they're looking good. You didn't agree with that, Bernie?
I didn't agree with the decision here because it wasn't Murphy who was the aggressor.
Well, Darren Harris has taken a brilliant mark. They haven't been able to do it all night. You saw that one. But here's the kick. He's a beautiful kick normally, Darren Harris, as far as length. Let's see what he does with the accuracy. It's close. He's missed. Now they could really have done with that one. A bad miss.
Yes, they've really struggled at full forward. Longmire's had no success there in the first half. And Darren Harris, I suppose that's the first really big mark that the forward has taken tonight.
But most importantly, North have looked the better side in this quarter, Bernie.
Oh, by far, Peter. There's no doubt about that.
Kick in by Carter. Murphy in front of Schwass, and Schwass goes over the top of him.
Oh, he's a good young player, Schwass. Best and fairest in the under-19s last year.
Is that 50?
Yes, it is.
It's 50 metres.
Well, this should be a gimme goal for North Melbourne, and will get them within 4 points. What a decision that was by the umpire, Peter Carey. What a mark.
I wonder if someone ran across the mark. I think that's all it could have been. Someone ran across the mark. Mark Bays, I think.
Murphy's had 14 possessions, and Schwass is coming up for number 14. It's been a really good contest on the wing. Schwass kicks the goal. North trail by just 4 points.
Yes, very impressive young player, Wayne Schwass. Been a great battle with him and Murphy on this wing. I suppose you look at Donners, they'd be fairly even tonight. Tommy Hafey looking a little bit worried. And here's that great mark from Wayne Schwass.
Oh.
What a beautiful ride on the back of David Murphy. And of course, with the help of that 50-metre penalty, he was only kicking from about 10 metres out.
Four points the difference. North looking good. Centre of the ground, it's a free kick to the Swans for holding the man. And it's their champion little rover, Barry Mitchell. They could do with a goal here to stem the tide a little bit. It's a shocking kick off the side of the boot. Oh, courageous play by Martin. He's played a very good quarter, Bernie.
Yes, they're getting right on top North Melbourne in this quarter.
Well, they have some sensational games, these two sides. It's always close. This is number 19 for North Melbourne, Dean McRae. He brings it towards centre wing, and again it's Mitchell in the way to take the mark.
In this quarter, North have kicked 3 goals, 4 to the Swans, 1-3. But here go the Swans. Running out of room is right. Centres the kick well, though. Chance for Coleman. Ackley bowled over by Henwood. Free kick to Ackley.
No, I think it's a free kick
Coleman.
to Bryce. A free kick to Bryce against Coleman.
Yep.
And this guy might make a fullback, Drew.
Well, North Melbourne, the youngest team in the league, average age 22. And they've got some height as well. Larkin rushes over the boundary line and will have a throw in just forward of centre wing. 4 points the difference, 83 to 79. 2.5 minutes left in the third term.
Well, John Kennedy, John Dugdale, former champion there, and they'd be pleased with what they've seen, although the amount of play they've had, they should be a couple of goals in front, I would think.
Yeah, they've wasted a lot of opportunities, North Melbourne, in the forward line.
It's a danger game, this, for the Swans. Everyone predicted it because North are great here at the MCG under lights. Perfect conditions. Kicked off the ground, down towards the Swans forward line. Ackley is there. Graham Cordy picks it up. Hooks it back towards half forward. Beautifully done by Longmire. A quick kick. Oh, Mossop almost took a slips catch. Oh, cleverly off the ground. Ramiro and Schwass. Murphy for the Swans. It's a tough game, this. Steve Wright. Caught. Bays. Caught. Quick hand pass. Oh, the pressure's on again. Dennis Carroll. Back towards centre wing, but they can't get away from North Melbourne. The mark taken by Smith.
Kick by Smith to centre half forward. Fairly in the pack again. Rover needed. Shot for goal here by McCarthy. Harris. Plays on. And hits the post.
Oh, what haven't we had?
Yeah, he's kicked 2 points this quarter, Darren Harris, but he's really livened things up on that full forward line.
Well, this is the best game I have seen in years, without a doubt. There, look at the spectators. There's not that many here tonight, but boy, have they seen a contest. A ferocious game. As we see Rod Carter with 56 seconds of the game to go, of the quarter to go, I should say. Bernard Toohey, who'll get the next goal before three-quarter time. It'd be a handy one. Half forward, Graham Cordy. Oh, it comes off his boot. Byrne loses it. This is Buckley. Caught. Quick kick. It's thumped away. Asiri. Here come North again. Michael Martin's played a brilliant quarter. Over the back. Brett Allison. He's a left footer. He tries to hook it back to the pocket. Harris is there. And it's a push in the back going Rod Carter's way. with 20 seconds of the quarter to go.
Don't know whether there's time left for the Swans to get at the length of the ground. North would need to get it quickly out of here. Oh, what a way to do it, McCarthy. He's not to know there's just 5 seconds left. And they're out of time. He's taken far too much time with this one.
Again.
There's the kick in by Bryce. Mossop in the centre of the pack. Schwass. Ramiro. Up to half forward already. 2 against 2 here. Oh, you're in trouble, kill it. But he got back there well. Support by Tui. Umpire says play on. Tui pokes up the short pass. And the mark to Potter. In between wing and halfback. Potter's kick back to half forward. Whipped off the pack. Oh, it comes to the big man, Willis. Puts it out wide. Chance for Murphy. But he hooked the kick and kicks it behind. Well, neither team has kicked a goal in this quarter, and they've been peppering away.
Well, and how often do you see Murphy miss those? He normally rams those through.
Pressure of the situation, I think, Pete, isn't it? It's been tough on both sides.
Paul Bryce, bring it back into play. Oh, good mark to Mossop. That's what North Melbourne want. To Ackley. Ackley long. Over the back. This is McCarthy. He's got a loose man. A hand pass. Brett Ellison. Open goal. Kicks. He's put it through.
Yes, well, they've threatened for a long time, North Melbourne. They should have really hit the front in that third quarter. Now, that's Ellison kicking his third goal. He's been a handy player. The medium-sized players, Callagh couldn't just quite hang on to that one. Spilt to John McCarthy. McCarthy to Ellison, and on that left foot of his, very trusty left foot of his too, Ellison. Magnificent play by North Melbourne.
North in front by 4 points. The Swans move out of the centre, but it's hacked out of there by Longmire. Bit of a fumble by Murphy. It comes to Larkin. Larkin's kick fairly. Good mark.
They're right on top, Bernie.
Yeah, looking good, North Melbourne. Looking very good. Fairley took 13 marks last week against Carlton.
Fairley from right in front, 49 metres out. Great kick. Yes, it gets there.
Yes, Fairley's kicked 1 goal too, his first goal. And a very handy break there to North Melbourne, 10 points. Considering the Sydney Swans have not been able to score very easily in the second half. There's a good mark to Ian Fairley, and the kick from about 48 metres out. Good distance on that kick.
Well, a lot of the Swans players are down and they have to lift. Oh, here they come again. Asiri, a quick kick. Oh, the North Melbourne player was nicked then and the umpire let it go. Here's Bolton. Cammett, they want a quick goal now. The Swans, let's see what they can do. Coleman and Healy. Oh, yes, and the champion Ruck Rover. He's good enough to come in, and this is when the good players lift.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And he's got very classy player, Jared Healy.
Front position. He actually was caught behind, and he is severely restricted. No doubt about it by that groin injury. It's affected his kicking tonight. Let's hope for the Swans' sake it doesn't on this occasion as he comes in to kick the goal for his third. It's a high one. It's straight.
Yes, even though he has been restricted by that injury, there's no doubt about that. He's been moved onto the forward line, and I suppose any player who can kick 3 goals is a handy player. There's Healy. He worked his way to the front. He was caught behind. And he looked as if he slipped a little bit when he took that kick, but no worries with it. Right through the middle to Jared Healy. Now, if they can get the other player, Greg Williams, to lift, they'll be right in this match.
Willis off the ground for the Swans. Henwood back on at centre half forward. North moving forward. Buckley, Larkin, out to Asiri. A lead by Harris.
Yes, and that's the importance there again of winning the ball out of the middle. And they've done it fairly well, North Melbourne. There's a pass from Arceri, spot on to Harris, who took the easy chest mark.
Well, Darren Harris had a chance to kick a couple in the third quarter. This for his first goal. And he's missed again. 3 behinds to Harris. And all very gettable. Although one where he played on and tried to thread the ball through a narrow opening. 5 points the margin.
Bernard Toohey. They're not out of it yet, the Swans. They've got a lot at stake. They may be able to lift Henwood. Oh, Buckley has done well tonight. Here's Jimmy Cracker. A quick kick. His goal. Yes.
Great little player, Jimmy Cracker. He's done all the hard things, done the chasing and the tackling. Cracker magic. There's no doubt about that. He's a fantastic little player. Good play here from Buckley. Feeds it out, knocks it on, and there's Jimmy Cracker kicking his 3rd goal. Been in everything, Jimmy Cracker, a real inspirational player for North Melbourne.
Well, North slipping away now. Wright slips a hand pass away to Williams, who's had one of his quietest games for the season, perhaps. Smith loses out. Mitchell puts it wide. Running onto it is Wright. Running out of room. He hooks back. Not far enough. And through for a behind. The North Melbourne are not just playing for the pride of the club and just in this game, but they can improve 2 places on the ladder because half a game ahead of them, Richmond and the Brisbane Bears. So they can move to 10th on the ladder.
Well, we must remember they played very well against the Eagles a couple of weeks ago in Perth, and then a brilliant game against Carlton last week. There's the free kick to Craig Potter, who was brilliant early, but has died out a little bit. The short pass is on. It's too high. Healy slipped anyway. Higgins, and a very quiet play tonight, Leon Higgins. After a couple of very good performances. There's Paul Bryce. I'm sure he'll be playing at fullback next week. Longmire doing the ruck work. And Henwood over the back. Here's Paul Bryce again onto the right foot. Out wide, here's a race for the ball. What a terrific duel that between Schwass and Murphy. Schwass probably should have gone for the boundary line then. A bit of inexperience. Grabbed by Murphy. It's a high ball. In front is Coleman. Over the back, Paul Bryce. Can he play football?
And a 50-metre penalty.
Yeah, he's looked the goods, hasn't he, since he's gone to fullback. Some very impressive players, young players in this North Melbourne side. There's a mark to Bryce. I didn't see what the 50-metre penalty was for.
Bit of a mystery. Kick by Bryce to centre half forward. Jim Cracker. High tackle, free kick.
Yep, the first tackle was too high. I agree with the umpire there. It slipped down, but the first tackle definitely got him over the shoulder.
Yep, that's right. Spot on, Bernie. The camera showed that. The second tackle round the waist. But how quick was that, Drew? The way he grabbed that ball off the pack.
He can do what nearly nobody else can do. Distance bothering him. Going for the torpedo. Touched on the line. But North by 11 points. Still the Swans within 2 straight kicks, and there's just less than 14.5 minutes left.
Well, I think it'll be a big surprise if the Swans won from here, the way North are playing. McCarthy to Schwass. Here they come again. Buckley has done a great job on Greg Williams tonight. Buckley to Clarkson. Over the back is Rod Carter to fist it away. He's done his job. Clarkson demonstrating that he should have been a bit of shepherding there, I think.
Higgins back off the ground. He didn't get another touch after he came back on after the injury, replaced by Cordy. Boundary throw in, another chance for North, but the Swans see it out of bounds. Ben Buckley, number 14. He's done the job on Greg Williams tonight. Fairley and Byrne, but Kellett in front. Jim Cracker, not without a chance maybe. It's close! Oh, it hit the post. That was sailing through for a goal. He's kicked that from about the 14th row of the bleachers. Deep into their reserves now, the Swans. I don't know whether the hard training regimen they go through with Tom Hayden is an advantage or a disadvantage at this stage. How are the legs? It's a ruck infringement. Free kick to Harris.
nothing much in that either, Pete. Nothing much at all.
Free kicks, well, there's nothing in it. 28 to 27, actually in favour of the Swans. Darren Harris still looking for his first goal. This time.
3 goals to difference. There wasn't much in that free kick as the camera showed. I agree with Bernie Quinlan, but there's a hand pass by Longmire out to Schwass, who's playing a very good quarter. Wayne Schwass, Jimmy Cracker. Couldn't take the mark. Let's see if he can go back and get it. No, Tui's there. Ramiro, here comes Cracker. You can't keep him out of it for long. Graham Cordy. Tui looks very tired. Bernard Tui, they could do with a goal right now. Healy. He's just not the same player tonight, Healy, with that injury. Dean McRae, out of defence. Long, good play. Clarkson, what a good mark. Running at full pace on centre wing.
Clarkson's pass is good to Ramiro.
Oh, 50.
Against Potter. And he's been reported.
Oh, no.
I agree with the 50, but I don't think there was a report there.
No. Two umpires. Well, if that was reportable, I'll eat my hat.
Very late on the tackle. No, there was no striking there. Definitely no.
Maybe the 50, Drew, but certainly not the report.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about the 50, but I don't think there's too much worries with that report.
Jose Ramiro in his first game. 9 kicks, a hand pass and a mark. Still looking for his first score in league football. With the assistance of a 50-metre penalty, he'll be kicking from about 40. Might nearly sew it up if he kicks it. Hit the post. Well, it's probably harder to do than kick the goal.
He's not a very long kick, Bernie.
Oh, he kicked about 30 metres at maximum, I think, at the moment, Pete.
And he did one of those down the other end, a very similar kick. Here's a mark at half-back by Neil Cordy, who's been pretty quiet tonight. Not very often you could say that about him this year. Murphy and Schwass, what a duel that's been. Bolton has died out of the game in the second half. Back to Murphy. He looks tired, David Murphy. Schwass. Cracker. Over the back. Jimmy Cracker. Oh, look at that. A quick kick. Oh, his beautiful play, Rod Carter. To Mitchell. Short. Wayne Henwood hasn't done much at all since coming on the ground. Henwood going with the long bomb towards full forward. Coleman. He fisted it down. Potter. Oh, North too good in defence. McRae. And they've got a loose man out there. This is Jose Ramiro. Well, no, it's not. It's Allison.
Into Larkin. North running the Swans off their legs at the moment. Larkin's kick to full forward. Harris stands his ground. Cracker roves. Jim Cracker. In the goal square. Still a chance. Siri off the ground, but he missed it.
I've never seen Bernie a side go in as hard as what North Melbourne have tonight.
No, there's plenty of promise there for North Melbourne next year. I think John Kennedy will be very happy with their performance.
You know, in this quarter, North had kicked 4-8 to 1-3. 12 shots to 4.
Well, you could see it happening just before half-time. They started to get the momentum. Here's Clarkson. Marcus Siri going for goal. Is this his third? No, it's not. It's offline and through for a point. So what's that, Drew? 4-9.
Yeah, and Siri has kicked 2-5.
Well, he's played a great game. Rod Carter had wondered what's hit him tonight, the way that ball's coming down.
Back short of the centre of the ground. Thump up the ground by Eustace. Right, up they go. To Bays. Wobbles one off the right boot. Boundary line for McRae is good enough. With just 8.5 minutes remaining, well, you couldn't see the Swans coming back. They'd have to turn this right around.
It's at half forward, and I'd say they've got virtually no hope of winning this game the way they're playing. Here's a chance, though, for Mitchell. It drops short. Steve Wright. Is that a free kick? No, as he goes over the line. Steve Wright thought it was a free kick. But 16-17 plays 13-15. Well, there is time.
Well, it's pretty hard, though, Pete. They've only kicked 2 goals since half-time, and
that's
they need more than that to win the game.
They're really not playing well enough to do it. But here's Bays, 2 quick goals that helped them. Henwood. Ducking back was Coleman. Couldn't get there. He's died out of it in the second half since Paul Bryce went onto him.
Well, since half-time, it's been 7-14 to 2-7. So if North had kicked straight, they'd have bolted it. Bryce put out of it by Coleman. Free kick to Bryce.
Gee, they've blooded some good young players in recent weeks, Drew. They've got rid of a few of the oldies.
You can draw a line between North this year and Collingwood last year. The Magpies finished 12th last year, and they did it with a lot of youngsters. They gave them a season of league football. North's done that this year. Here's Wright. Great desperation by Bryce. Comes to Potter. Goal square job. Nearly bounced through. Or was touched.
Yeah, I think Glenn Coleman got his fingers to it.
7 minutes and 20 seconds of play left in this game. There's Coleman. He kicked 5 in the first half. None in the second so far. It's at half back. Oh, here he comes again, Wayne Schwass. But he can't keep it in play. He's been most impressive, young Schwass, on a brilliant player in David Murphy.
Yeah, he's stuck to his job, Schwass. He's really worried Murphy out of it tonight.
Been pretty even, though. Murphy has been one of the Swans' better players. There's Michael Byrne. Back it goes. Schwass again. And look at that desperation, and every North player has played like that tonight.
Well, clock running down now. Just under 7 minutes left in the match. And the Swans look a bit legless. Is this the same team that at one stage in the second half last week against Fitzroy kicked 17 goals to 1? Now, after half-time tonight, they've kicked 2.
Well, some people claim the game last week, North Melbourne and Carlton, was one of the best games they've ever seen. So their form is holding up.
The North haven't had a win in 6 weeks. Their draw was against Collingwood, and last week they lost in the last kick of the day to Carlton, the Premiers. There's a free kick going back here to North Melbourne. To Smith. Half-back flank, outer side. Pity the crowd wasn't bigger tonight. It was worthy of a final-size crowd. Whoa! A sensational mark by McCarthy.
Oh, that was a magnificent mark to McCarthy. Look at that leap. That's a mark of the night.
Up towards half-forward. We saw Steve Silvani earlier in the year. What about that one to McCarthy? Here's Bolton. Oh, they're under enormous pressure. Eustace loses it to Bays. Bays, a long kick. Coleman. Mark. Yes. Glenn Coleman. Oh, he's played on. A hand pass. Oh, this might come unstuck. No. Bolton. Quick kick. In front of goal. Mitchell. Goal.
Well, just 13 points the difference, and funnier things have happened. Just over 5 minutes left. Mossop. Bays. And a pretty quiet player, Mark Bays.
Oh.
And John Longmire started at full forward, moved back to defence, getting experience all the time, just 17 years of age. Up to half forward, good mark to Graham Cordy. And the Swans can mount an attack from defence here. Kellett. Whoa! Ducked the high one from McRae. Kellett's kick, one out duel. Oh, Mitchell overran it. It comes back to Ackley, and North out of trouble through our series.
Oh, bounce of the ball. Certainly helped them there. The mark taken by Brett Allison. Swings onto the left foot. He'll go long right down the middle, and long all right. 60-metre kick. Cracker. Jimmy Cracker. Over the top of the pack. Brilliant mark by the little rover. 50.
He's been fantastic tonight, Jimmy Cracker. He's done all the hard things as well as roving fantastically well in that forward pocket and taking the big screamers as well.
50 metres out. Jimmy Cracker. 15 kicks, 6 handballs. Fisted away by the Swans, but it's over the line, and North Melbourne won't mind that because there's only 4 minutes of play left in this game, and they lead by 13 points in a ripper game here at the MCG tonight.
You know, North led by about this much at about the same stage of the game last week, and Carlton got up to beat them with 3 seconds left. So North would be aware of it. Bolton gets the hand pass away. Swans running out of defence. Kellett maybe took a step too many. Bounces near the centre. Larkin. Bryce, tackled when he didn't have it, goes to Martin. Bounces through the pack. All the Swans back here, though. Tui. And he sees the ball out. Well, that'll use up time, Bernard Tui. Time you haven't got.
Well, they really need to keep it in there. A quick goal, and they still had time. But it's still deep in that forward line for North Melbourne. The fist away. Comes back to Tui. Out of defence. Henwood, a good mark, a very good mark. Or was it a push out?
Yep.
It was a push out. The umpire said a push in the back.
Well, I missed that one, Pete. I did not see that.
Well, let's have a look.
Oh, no.
Oh, a little one.
Not much. Not much when you see some of the others I let go.
Well, there's Mossop towards the pocket. Caught was Eustace. Over the line goes the ball. 2 minutes and 40 seconds of play left.
And the Swans need 2 goals, 1 to get a draw. Big climb at the back. Comes down to Potter, who's won 1 million possessions tonight. Carroll breaks away from Martin. Can the Swans mount a last-ditch effort? Coleman after it. Bryce beats him to it. Well played by Bryce. And McRae sees it out over the boundary line. And all the time that ticks away gives the Swans less of a chance to get up.
What a shame for the Swans. They can't use Gerard Healy up where the action is on the ball. They're just using him down in that forward pocket. There's a quick kick by Fairley, and eventually it goes over the line. A frustrated Stephen Wright. Time has run out for the Swans. They're down by 13 points, but they won't have time to get that score. Here's Fairley. There's a greatly improved player, Ian Fairley. Kallard has taken the mark. Wards off Jose Ramiro. A high ball. Healy, centre of the pack. Tries to take the mark. Now he grabs it. Smothered magnificently. Healy valiantly trying to get it out to Coleman. Coleman, Steve Wright. Wright kicks. And Steve Wright, I think he's missed and put it through for a behind. As the clock ticks down, 1 minute and 10 seconds of play left.
Well, it is within 2 kicks to get the draw, and they're on their forward line. Smith. Oh, he gets it well out of there with a long kick. Cracker magic. Oh, Swans left it for Arceri. The ball's out anyway. Under a minute left, which is not enough time for the Swans to get a couple of goals, considering they've only kicked 3 since half-time.
It's on that half-forward line for the Swans. Murphy still trying hard, but he ran the ball out of bounds. And they've tried valiantly, the Swans, but I'll tell you what, I think North Melbourne would have just about rolled anyone tonight except Hawthorn, the way they've played. They've been absolutely fierce. There's Potter, and he's pretty fierce himself. Still at half forward for the Swans. Time ticking away as we see a free kick paid on that half back line to North Melbourne, and the youngster, Jose Ramiro.
Might nearly get the last kick of the game. 10 seconds left. Towards the wing. Oh, McCarthy up again. Couldn't take the mark. Mitchell a bit of a toe poke up the ground. Clash of bodies still. There's the siren.
They wrote the story